Alright guys, we're at the property. So there is one of the lot lines, and as we pan from that lot line down to about just before that yellow sign there in the tree, you can't really see it from here, would be the other lot line. Over to the front of my truck there. So let's go ahead and walk the property from this lot line roughly to the back. We're gonna go just outside of my lot line because there's a bit of a trail just to get behind these trees in the front here, and then I will reline myself up with the lot line and we will walk it to the back. So there, right there's my truck, and the lot line is right just about even with the front bumper. So now we're gonna walk back and find the rear lot line. That might be a stake indicating, because coincidentally it seems to be cleared. So we're gonna walk along and see if we meet, because I found one in the back here. So we're gonna keep walking and see. Yeah, so we're kind of along here. We go around this tree and straight back here. Not that one to the right, but the one to the left there, I think is ours, which kind of coincides with that stake. So now we're walking to the back here, and you got a couple different markers here that kind of, I think, indicate to the left, I think, is ours. To the right is the other dude's. There's the ravine, because then you got another one over there. So I think this lot isn't real wide either. Here's a good look at the drainage. Really happy with what the drainage looks like. So now we're at the back. Let's see if I can find my truck. Using my truck as a marker. It's too dense, but it's up that way. So now we're gonna walk across the back here from one marker to the next. And there's a bit of a trail at the back here, which is kind of cool. Extremely happy with the property we have in the North Woods of Wisconsin. We just recently purchased this property, kind of sight unseen, well, totally sight unseen, and I am walking it for the very first time. Sorry, I kind of got right into the video and haven't even told you guys what we're doing. A little bit different video for Gunlocker 75 here. We're walking along the easement until we get to the other property line. It doesn't look like this property's been officially, I mean, kind of officially surveyed, you know. It's, maybe it's official, I don't know. Okay, so we're still walking to our other line, which I believe is right there, because I haven't seen any other ribbons or anything in between. It's 0.62 acres wooded in the North Woods of Wisconsin. Love it up here. It is the day after Thanksgiving, Friday, and I'm up here checking it out, man. And now we're walking to the lot line. There's the easement, drainage ditch, kind of some baby Charlie Brown trees, and then I believe that's our next lot line in the rear. And then if we shine up to the front here, between the trees to the left there, that orange one, that's the one I was trying to show you earlier. But I showed you the yellow sign, which is like right over there, kind of even with those cars. We'll walk up to that next. So now we're gonna basically walk up there and follow the next lot line, showing you everything in between. Yep, I'm pretty much in line, walking up to it. Nice shooting berm right here. Yeah, I wish. Property's not big enough. It said 0.62 acres, but oh, there's a lake right at the end of the road. So it's just off of about a block and a half, if that. Actually, probably not even a block off the lake. We're gonna actually walk down to the lake here. That's where we just came from. Nice big trees. Beautiful. A little dusting of snow up here in the old North Woods. And now we're walking, and you can see our flag right there, which is our line. And right on this stump is the yellow sign from earlier. So there's your flag. I just couldn't see it, it was blocked. So here's the yellow sign that I was pointing to. So if we come here, there's our flag. The other flag is even with my truck. So that's our property. Beautiful. Now we're gonna walk down the street here, and we're gonna head to the lake. Trying to tell if the road is gravel. I think it's kind of gravel, but it's really compressed, so I think it might be tar and chip, and they just kind of threw some loose gravel on probably before winter. I don't know, it's really hard to tell. I met the guy across the street in the house, and I should have asked him what this was, because he's lived here 25 years. So you got a building, a random building right there. Not really sure how that works. I think some of these lake houses might have bought properties over the years just to store their toys in, because it's just a random building. Look at the tall trees. So there's where we came from, and if we zoom way in, you can see that yellow sign, which is about roughly where my property starts. That house right there at the end is on the lake, and we're walking to it right now. It's pretty much all filled in, so I don't know how close I'm going to be able to get to the lake. Here's a random place too that I kind of think is for toys. I mean, what else would it be? There's not businesses back here. So we're gonna walk though, and we're gonna try to see how close we could get to the lake. But there's your lake right through there. And right through there. I believe there might be an empty lot down here. Is this a boat launch here, sir?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A little shallow, but it works.
Cool, thank you. So we have a boat launch right freaking down the street. This is the boat. This is different than the boat launch that I saw the first time I came out here. So there's actually 2 boat launches. The other one looks a little bit more professional. This one's a little kind of rough, but very interesting. He said it's a little shallow. Well, you know what? I'm not sure if I'm gonna cut that part out. I was just talking to a gentleman. There's the lake. I hope to live up here permanently someday. Maybe worst case, I have a part-time home up here that maybe I rent out when I'm not using it. Haven't really decided. This is a pretty... I'll have to update the size of the lake. I'll put it here in the video. This lake also ties into another lake that's not quite as big, that you can actually get to and actually go to another lake as well. So really it's connected to 2 lakes, I guess you could say. A couple of log cabins this way. Very exciting. I've dreamed of doing something like this my whole life, so just want to hide out in the North Woods. Want to be on the lake. Yeah, I wish I had big acreage where I could shoot, which is something that I was kind of thinking about and would like, but then we came across this property for a really good price where we couldn't pass it up. So we decided to go for it, and because it was so cheap and so close to the lake, we just decided why not. So yeah, this is definitely a hard tarn chip here. So I would say my road is a bit more gravel, but it's not really bad. It doesn't seem like, it's like cobblestone. So I don't think it's the kind of road that's gonna, you know, kick up a lot of dust. Even though I really don't care. I just so now we're walking back. Really, it's just a short little walk right here. So that's pretty nice. I can possibly launch a boat, drive my car and everything back to my house, and then walk back down to the boat. Just have to figure out where to tie it up and everything. The other boat launch had actual docks and stuff and boat slips that you could rent. So basically right up at the top of that hill, in the distance you're seeing the yellow sign. That's roughly the start of my property. And then all the way up there you could see the roof of my truck, which would be the end of the property. So here's the other area where I think you can park your car in case you live a ways away. And there's a boat launch down here. This is the original boat launch that I saw before I purchased the property. The property went up for auction, so when I said earlier that I bought it sight unseen, it's because it was an auction and it literally ended in like 2 days after we had discovered this area. And it was like, wow, we better act quick. So we hurried up and found out whatever information we could, and we bid it on the property, and we ended up winning it. Some of the properties that I really looked at when I was up here went for more than I wanted to spend, so I ended up bidding on a property that I never physically looked at other than a couple pictures. rolled the dice and got really lucky. The grade is really good. The amount of trees, I was worried that it would just be so brushy that you couldn't even walk the property. That's not the case. So here's the other boat launch here. A little bit more professional with a dock, slips and everything over here, and then up there where I came from is where you would park your vehicle. Now, I'm not sure about these trails because there's a bunch of random docks laying around, and you can rent a slip, and I'm wondering if the homeowners, if this is their trail to get to their slip, and then they got all their docks just laying here. That's what it seems like. Because this is nobody's property. This is like a common area. I mean, oh my God. My wife's watching this video for the first time as we show this. Honey, we gotta get up here permanently. Yeah, I think that's what this is. I think that you secure your spot. You get your little makeshift dock, and you're probably responsible for putting it in and out. And they said like $300 a year. That's what they charge you, which is not bad. Me being so close to the boat launch, at least that one, if it's feasible to get a boat in there, depending on what kind of boat, because you did say it's pretty shallow, it might just be worth me for $45 a year just launching it whenever I want. That one might even be a public boat launch because there's no gate with a lock and key. So, where this one has that, and they give you the key. Yeah, I'm not out of shape. I'm lean and mean, man. I've lost some weight, but I'm huffing and puffing a little bit as I walk up this hill because it's about 22 degrees out. And I've been walking around everywhere. It's cold. This is awesome. This is like a lookout point up here. I noticed there's homemade trails everywhere in Wisconsin. Are you kidding me? Look at this. As we pan around. That's where we came from. You could literally go sledding down this thing. So there's a trail down here to get to the lake. It's a little slick with the snow. I wanted a lake lot, but too expensive, you know. I'm spending all my money on guns and ammo these days, so. I guess we get to walk some trails and explore at the same time. This is a really neat piece of property here, which is all common area. You got all these walking trails going around the lake. Wow. Well, I'm in heaven having these trails this close by. So I drove to get over here from the property, but it wasn't a very far drive. Easily you could walk all this when the weather's a little nicer. But I couldn't remember how far this was. I knew it was a good mile or so maybe from where the property was, which isn't too bad, but not knowing where I was going, because I kind of just drove around and stumbled back across it. I wasn't gonna go just walking. But yeah, if I'm ever living on that property, I'll totally walk over here. This might be my morning ritual. I like walking in the mornings. I could totally walk down here. This is a total peninsula, water on both sides. So this is kind of where they have all the possible boat slips. And I was kind of, when we were first down here, thinking, well, probably got to jump on it quick because there's not a lot of them. I think they obviously have the possibility to line this entire peninsula, and there's no docks down here, like nobody. So there's a possibility for all kinds more. Huge rock. Look at that too. I think that's a big rock sticking out of the friggin' water. It's not iced over to where you could walk on it. Like out there, you can see it's not even iced. So it's paper thin. It's literally just starting to ice over. So I missed ice fishing, but that's okay. Now I've never ice fished before, so that's pretty steep, but you could go down there in better conditions. You could see the water out there. It's kind of just starting to ice over in places, but you certainly can't walk on it. I don't know about this lake, but some of the surrounding lakes, that's a big peninsula there. That was, so just for reference, that peninsula on the other side there is where I just came from. And kind of walked all the way around to here. One of the main lakes up here, they drive the cars out on. I mean, there's serious ice fishing going on. Not sure about these lakes, to be honest. I don't think these are any, no, I don't know. The way that boat launch was set up, you could totally drive right on the ice if they do that here. I guess I'll find out at some point. No idea where I'm going. I found another trail. Just got out here today and I keep finding trails. So I keep just walking them to see where to go. I believe on this side now, these were lots that sold. Oh boy, we got beaver. We got beaver. Sorry, got distracted. Yeah, I'm thinking these were lots that sold right over here. Lake lots. They went for big money. But look at that freaking view you're going to end up with. In the fall when all that, I mean, I think all the leaves are down now. We're past the fall colors. But it's got to look pretty amazing. It's just some kind of common trail. It just kind of gets you all around these areas where there's no houses. Love these like birch trees or whatever these are. I love when they're just all stripped clean but super freaking tall. It's cool. Looks like it just heads back out to the road. And then I gotta turn around and walk down the road back to my truck, but really cool. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this different type of episode from Gunlocker 75. We'll see you guys next time.